You wake up every morning, follow the same routine, chase the same goals everyone else is chasing, and somewhere deep inside, there's a voice whispering that something is terribly wrong. What if I told you that voice is the only part of you that's still truly alive? What if everything you believe about success, happiness, and your own potential was carefully planted in your mind before you could even question it? Let me show you something uncomfortable. Right now, as you're listening to this, you're operating on a software you never chose to install. Your beliefs about what's possible, what's acceptable, what's realistic, they didn't come from your soul. They came from a system designed to keep you small, predictable, and manageable. The education system taught you to memorize, not to think, to obey, not to question, to fit in, not to stand out. Your parents, with all their love, passed down their fears disguised as wisdom. Society handed you a script and called it your life. And the most terrifying part, you've been reading from it so long, you think it's your own voice. This isn't about blame. Your teachers, your parents, the system itself, they were all programmed too. This is a multi-generational inheritance of limitation. Think about it. When was the last time someone in your life encouraged you to pursue something truly extraordinary? Not the safe version of extraordinary. Not the get a stable job and maybe start a side business kind of dream. I'm talking about the dream that makes your heart race and your logical mind scream in terror. Most people in your life, the moment you mention something like that, will smile nervously and say, "But what's your backup plan?" That question right there is the sound of their programming speaking through them. The system doesn't want you to fail. That's not the conspiracy. The system wants you to succeed just enough to keep playing the game. Get the degree, get the job, get the mortgage, get the promotion, get the slightly bigger house. It's a treadmill designed to look like a ladder. You're moving, you're exhausted, you're checking boxes, but somehow you never arrive at that feeling you've been chasing. That feeling of being fully alive, fully expressed, fully yourself. Here's what they don't teach you in school. Every single system of control throughout history has relied on one simple trick: convincing people that their chains are actually safety rails. Slavery was justified with religion and pseudoscience. Women were told their biology made them unfit for education or voting. The caste system convinced millions that their social position was cosmic destiny. And today, we have the most sophisticated version yet. We're not told we can't dream big. We're taught to dream small and call it being realistic. We're not forbidden from greatness. We're just given 1,000 reasons why it's irresponsible, impractical, or selfish to pursue it. The programming starts early. Watch a 5-year-old child. They believe they can be anything. An astronaut, a dinosaur, the president, all before breakfast. They create worlds with their imagination. They ask questions that make adults uncomfortable because those questions expose the arbitrary nature of our limitations. But then something happens. School begins, and slowly, systematically, that infinite possibility gets narrowed down. Color inside the lines. Sit still. Stop asking why. There's one right answer, and it's in the textbook. By the time that child reaches adulthood, the cage is complete. And the saddest part? They'll defend the bars, because by then they can't remember what freedom felt like. Your mind is the most powerful technology in the known universe, but you were given an instruction manual written by people who feared its full potential. Think about the language we use. We say someone is being unrealistic when they dream too big. But what does that even mean? Realistic according to whom? According to the statistical average of what other programmed people have accomplished. Every single breakthrough in human history was unrealistic until someone did it. Flying was unrealistic. Democracy was unrealistic. The internet was unrealistic. Your potential is unrealistic only if you accept the narrow bandwidth of possibility that was installed in your worldview. Let me ask you something, and I want you to really sit with this question. What would you attempt if you knew, truly knew, that you couldn't fail? Not the safe answer. Not the thing you've already half planned. What would you do if failure wasn't even a possibility? Now notice what happened in your mind just now. Did you feel a surge of excitement followed immediately by a flood of reasons why it's impossible? That second voice, that's not wisdom. That's your programming running a defensive protocol. It's the mental immune system attacking the foreign idea of your own magnificence. The greatest prison is the one you can't see. You know why most people never escape mediocrity? Not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they've been conditioned to mistake the prison for the entire world. They optimize their cell. They compete with other prisoners for slightly better accommodations. They never question whether the walls are even real. And here's the truly insidious part. The system rewards this. You get praised for being sensible, practical, mature. Those words are just sophisticated ways of saying you've successfully suppressed your true nature. If you're still watching this, something in you recognizes the truth in these words. Maybe you've felt it for years. That nagging sense that you're capable of so much more, that you're playing a role in someone else's story instead of writing your own. That the life you're living is a carefully constructed compromise between who you are and who you were told to be. This isn't dissatisfaction. This is your soul trying to wake you up. Consider this. Every spiritual tradition, every wisdom teaching throughout history has pointed to the same basic truth. You are not who you think you are. You are not your job title, your bank account, your relationship status, or your achievements. Those are just costumes you're wearing in a play you didn't audition for. Beneath all that conditioning, beneath all that programming, there's something vast and powerful and completely original. But you've been taught to fear it, to suppress it, to trade it for acceptance and safety. The hero's journey, the story structure that appears in every culture across all of human history, always begins the same way. The hero is living an ordinary life, unaware of their true nature, until something disrupts the comfortable illusion. A call to adventure, a moment of crisis, a glimpse of something more. You're in that moment right now. This discomfort you're feeling, this restlessness, it's not a problem to be solved with a new car or a vacation or a promotion. It's a summons. Your real life is trying to begin, but it can't start until you stop defending the old one. But here's where it gets really interesting. The system knows that some people will wake up, so it has a contingency plan. It gives you acceptable forms of rebellion. It lets you customize your prison. You can choose your flavor of mediocrity, corporate mediocrity or entrepreneurial mediocrity, spiritual mediocrity or material mediocrity, left-wing mediocrity or right-wing mediocrity. The form changes, but the fundamental limitation remains. You're still playing within boundaries someone else drew. Real transformation, the kind that actually changes your life, requires something the system never teaches you: the courage to disappoint people, to look at the life everyone expects you to live and say, no thank you, to risk being called crazy, irresponsible, selfish, unrealistic. Because here's what nobody tells you. The people who criticize your dreams are just protecting their own compromises. Your expansion threatens their excuses. If you succeed at something they declared impossible, what does that say about their choices? So they'll disguise their fear as concern. They'll call it love when they tell you to play it safe. Let me share something that will change how you see everything. The most dangerous thing you can do to a system designed to keep you mediocre is to become genuinely excellent at something you love. Not the kind of excellence that gets you promoted, the kind that makes you irreplaceable because it's an authentic expression of who you are. The system doesn't know what to do with people like that. They can't be controlled with the usual carrots and sticks because they've found something more valuable than external validation. They've found themselves. You want to know the real secret? The one that terrifies the guardians of mediocrity? There's nothing special about the people who break free. They're not smarter, luckier, or more talented. They just reached a point where the pain of staying small became greater than the fear of standing tall. They made a simple decision. I would rather fail at being myself than succeed at being someone else, and that decision changed everything. Think about the people you truly admire, not the celebrities, but the people whose lives actually inspire you. What do they have in common? They stopped asking for permission. They stopped waiting for the right time. They stopped trying to figure out how before they said yes to what. They trusted that unrealistic voice inside them more than they trusted the realistic voices around them. And life, that mysterious force that flows through everything, met them halfway. Doors opened. Resources appeared. The path revealed itself, one step at a time. But there's still one more layer to this, the final program running in your mind, and it's the deepest one. It's the belief that you need to be fixed before you can begin, that you're not ready yet, that you need more education, more experience, more confidence, more money, more something. This is the ultimate trap. You are already whole. You are already enough. The journey isn't about becoming someone worthy. It's about remembering that you always were. Every moment you spend preparing to live is a moment you're not living. Every day you wait for perfect conditions is a day your real life is on hold. The universe doesn't reward the most prepared. It rewards the most committed. It rewards the people who say yes before they know how, who take the leap before the net appears, who trust the process more than they trust their fear. So here's your choice, and it's a choice you make new every single day. You can keep optimizing your cage. You can keep playing the game everyone expects you to play. You can keep checking the boxes and wondering why you feel empty. Or you can do something radical. You can question everything. You can test the walls and discover they were always made of belief, not concrete. You can start living like someone who's here to create something unprecedented rather than replicate what's already been done. This isn't motivation. Motivation fades. This is recognition. You're recognizing something you've always known but were taught to forget. You are not here to be reasonable. You are not here to fit in. You are not here to make everyone comfortable. You are here to burn with the brightest fire of your unique purpose, and anyone who's intimidated by that light needs to step back, not dim you down. The truth no one tells you is this: you were programmed to be mediocre because your greatness threatens a system built on conformity. But programs can be rewritten. Conditioning can be questioned. Limitations can be transcended. The only question is, will you? Will you be one of the rare ones who wakes up fully, who lives completely, who dies empty, having given everything? If this message resonated with something deep inside you, don't let it fade. Hit that subscribe button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment telling me what you're going to stop accepting and what you're finally going to start pursuing. Because the world doesn't need another person playing small. It needs you, vast and uncompromising and fully alive. The cage door was never locked. It's time to walk out.